What when you're shooting this, you talk about having an understanding of rhythm and the kind of the living breathing of a scenario as it evolves, and being able to know when that decisive moment's going to happen to capture it, to get that click. Do you have your camera set at certain specific settings to make sure you get that? Because there's nothing worse than having like getting a banger shot, but then the focus is off, or it's blurry, or it's too dark, or whatever the case is. So is there kind of a general, I guess with ISO, it's going to be different based on the, your night, your day, your inside and everything. But is there like a depth of field that you prefer? Like, what do you like to shoot at?
So my settings flowchart, you could say, is basically I run auto ISO all the time because the Nikon D850, it has such a large sensor that the ISO is not actually too much of a problem. Even at 6,000 ISO, it's like 6,400. It handles it quite well. So basically, now my only consideration is it dark enough for me to actually have to care about my ISO? If not, just auto ISO. And I mean, shutter speed, then all I have to worry about is just shutter speed and f-stop. And now I believe that the f-stop is, the aperture is more important than the shutter speed, because for like most situations, because that is what will be providing the depth of field. That directly affects the presentation of the photograph and where the plane of focus is. So you have to be very cognizant of what you're putting in focus. And because of general rules of motion and stuff, if my shutter speed is, say, at 1/60th by accident, I just go, oh, f1.8, 1/60th. The only thing I have to worry about is overexposure or motion problems. And motion problem isn't as much as a problem because, hey, generally, if you don't intend, if you want something to be pin sharp, you're going to check your shutter speed. But if you're not nearly as worried about that, I'll just run around at shutter speed, 1/400, 1/250, just enough to get a generally pin sharp thing, because with photography, you have to be really dialed in. When you click that shutter, internally, you have to be very still, because the sensor is like the very final medium where the light is being captured and translated. So if your translator is drunk, which would be the sensor, and you're moving around, you're influencing all of the stationary things in the shot to have motion blur to them. So one of the things I'm really cognizant about is being really still. Even if I'm click, I will be pin still. And then the only things with motion will be shown with motion. And if I make a mistake, which obviously I make tons, which is really fun in photography, actually, going, oh, my shutter speed was too slow and the whole thing is blown out because of auto ISO, then it's okay. Then you just whatever, fix it next time, because some situations do happen so fast, and maybe I was inside, so I click the shutter speed to 1/60th or 1/50th at f2 or 2.8, and I'm doing my still thing to capture the light, and then I run outside and then I take a whole bunch of pictures. Oh, I was at 1/60th, 2.8. Whoops, missed those. I'm sure I've missed plenty of amazing photographs with that. But I mean, as long as you can run the camera really well, it's just, two things. I say just auto ISO, get that calculation out of your head. It's one more button to click, which slows you down, especially at the pace of real life. And my camera handles it really well. And then, so now it's just, okay, where do I want my plane of focus to be? F2.8 or F8 or F6.7? I'm usually not really going above F11, quite frankly. It adds this weird sharpness kind of thing to it. I don't like it too much, but and then you have to decrease your shutter speed a lot. And then other than that, it's just, am I going to be pin sharp? Is there a dirt bike going across the screen or across my plane of reality? Then that means I need shutter speed of 4,000. So now I'm going to be shooting at f4 or maybe f5.6 or f2.8, right? On a sunny day. But most situations do not include a dirt bike or something throwing dirt with super high action. Usually I'm just taking pictures of people or things running around like that. 1/500th of shutter speed, you can just keep it there. If it's dark, I put it at 1/60th, but now in my head, I'm just running auto ISO 1/60th. And now all I have to worry about is either the lowest f-stop I can be at, or I get, f4 and like that's as high as I can go. And then I have my calculation of movement. I have to be really still when I'm taking the picture. So it's kind of like being in school, running down the hallway. You run down the hallway, but when you go across the window for the other classroom, not running. So. Yeah.